Have you ever wondered where Sheldon Cooper's unusually annoying and questionable on-screen habits take root from? Why does he hate the idea of engineering based on a harmless school project? How do Sheldon and Penny manage to be such good friends despite their personalities falling on the opposite ends of the spectrum? Luckily, we've got the Big Bang Theory prequel starring young Sheldon that answers these puzzling questions for us. So, let's get right into it, starting off by addressing the greatest dilemma of all time. How did Sheldon and Penny become friends in the first place when they couldn't have been anywhere near each other's usual social circle naturally? And how did an acquaintanceship bloom in a full-blown friendship considering that the two don't share a single common interest? Some might argue that the plot demanded them to showcase an ultimate bestie behavior, but the prequel series gives a logical explanation as to how the friends might have flourished in the first place. You see, Sheldon was used to having someone as cheerful, goofy, and empathetic as Penny in his life from the get-go in the form of his twin sister, Missy. Missy wasn't a genius with an Einstein brain, but she was sure the kindest person Sheldon has ever come across, and seeing Penny embody the same warmth as his twin made him want to keep Penny close at all costs. Seeing someone as brainy as Sheldon being comforted by a stupid song named Soft Kitty has us all wondered, where does this lullaby actually come from? Sheldon was so emotionally attached to this song that he absolutely had to hear someone sing it to him on his sick days to feel better. The answer to this mystery also lies in his childhood. The prequel showed us a flashback of his mom singing the song to him when he got majorly sick for the very first time. His cold went away right after then, so now his brain is hardwired to believe that no matter what disease he's suffering from, it will vanish into thin air once the lullaby has been sung to him. This habit was a bit annoying for his friends to deal with, but not as much as the one coming up next. His obsession to saying bazingo right after pulling a prank definitely did get on the nerves of everyone around him, especially Leonard, who has faced the horrors of his catchphrase so many times that we have nothing but sympathy for him. The origin of this famous line can also be traced back to his childhood when he developed a sudden urge to become a prankster in an attempt to become a bit more childish. He came across the words, "If it's funny, it's bazinga," on a banner in a toy shop, and that's where he picked the phrase up from. Now that's the mystery solved. Let's shift our focus to the more important stuff. What's the backstory between Sheldon's despising engineers? You see, our boy hasn't had significantly pleasant experiences with engineers throughout his childhood. When a NASA engineer dropped by Sheldon's school, he dismissed the young fourth grader's very reasonable suggestions for presenting problems quite badly. Later on, when he was selected as a lab assistant for Dr. Linkletter, he was put into a washing laboratory in Struxman's instead of actually doing cool physicist work. However, it wasn't until Professor Butcher came into Sheldon's life that his hate for engineers solidifies in the true sense. Not only did the professor treat Sheldon poorly on the account of him being a know-it-all, but he also made sure to fail him in every class assignment. The degree of mistreatment can turn even a physics-loving nerd hateful of engineers, so we can cut Sheldon some slack here. If you're a Big Bang Theory mega fan, you know that Sheldon's way of caring for his friends is offering them a hot beverage when they're upset. This habit springs back to the time his childhood friend Penny was crying about her parents' divorce. Not knowing how to console her, Sheldon offered to make her tea, an act that his father was super proud of. For someone who was never good at understanding social cues, Sheldon's way of offering support to his friends is offering them a comforting hot beverage. Now I know what most of you are wondering, what's the deal with fun and flags? Well, this talk of the show was Sheldon's attempt at humor, which we all know failed pretty badly because not only were the questions he asked weird, but the way he asked them was super awkward too. Turns out, Sheldon has had a similar experience of recording himself with a camera setup when he had to persuade his parents to let him go to college. The background from that video all those years ago looks eerily similar to the set with Fun and Flags, don't you think? That's all we have for you today. Don't forget to click the video popping up on your screen before leaving. See you later, the Big Bang Theory fans.